what are your perceptions of traditional narratives in the work that you do? Like, what are some perceptions of like traditional normative narratives? Like, say for instance that create prejudices or create stereotypes, and inequalities for certain groups.
Yeah.
If you can think of any.
So I mean, I think elite schools create a way of performing knowledge which is about showing mastery.
Okay.
Which is about being able to kind of display and talk confidently. So I'll give you an example. I had a student in the class once, a really nice student, who went to a very privileged elite school, and they. I was listening to them in the seminar, and they were saying to another student, "I haven't done the reading." I was like, I mean, I'm not the sort of person that like is going to kick a student out if they've not done the reading. That's
Right.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I sort of asked, we were doing some group work, and then I asked people to feedback. And this student tried to give me a kind of very, like a kind of half-baked response about South African schooling, and we were studying the school system in South Africa, and they were making it up. They would. It was an okay answer, but it clearly was very obvious that they'd not done any of the reading.
Okay.
But there's a nice paper by a scholar called Ruben Gastonbide Fernandez, and who's a Canadian scholar, called "The Art of Bullshitting."
The art of bullshitting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the kind of there is a kind of way that elite education, and I studied abroad at an elite university in France, in Paris, in Sciences Po Paris it's called. There are where they have something very similar, where the way that they teach the students there is about giving them the confidence to go over a topic very quickly and come up with a succinct and seemingly kind of totally on top of the narrative, totally on top of the field in a very short period of time, and condense that into a short format. Often people, you don't necessarily know the detail, but being able to perform in a certain way is what gives people power, and it's a way that elite educational institutions train people to be able to kind of use knowledge as a display of power.
That makes sense, and especially in politics, right? So with that student, when they voice their opinion to you, if it was someone that didn't have your background, understood that schooling system, would it be believable? You say? That's
the thing. I mean, we can think of like politicians.
Yes.
Boris Johnson, for example. Trump. I mean, these people that came through. I mean, Trump's an interesting one in terms of his educational background. I think, although I don't know in detail. But people that come through these systems of privilege and power and are able to talk in particular ways. Yeah.
Would you say it's similar for the left as well?
There's certainly power dynamics on the left, and kind of the kind of dominating of the historical dominating position of white men within different political organizations of the left. Sometimes university educated, sometimes not, but that has created many problems within lots of different sort of left-wing movements, whether that's the Labour movement, whether that's political parties, community campaigns.
So basically, so the art of mastery, or the art of bullshitting, right? that underpins an elite. That can underpin an elite education. How does that create stereotypes and inequalities amongst groups? Steve?